Yo, what is good, my edible people? What is good, yo? So with Boruto this week, we really have a better understanding of what's possible. Not what's possible, but what's possibly going down as the experiment. And for some reason, I kind of called it that it had something to do with like Osuski type of stuff. And here we are looking at these people pretty much growing a divine tree. The one thing that if Madara pretty much built it, he would keep, or not built it, but if he kept it going, he would have been able to, first of all, use the infinite Tsukiyomi, so he could have people in a state of genjutsu forever. But then it turned into more like Kaguya's way of getting ridiculously powerful because she had yet to absorb all the chakra that she had previously, pretty much. And because this tree can do that, I don't know how the doctor plans, or Victor plans on getting this chakra, right? Like, if he does plan on using these people the way that he is, then how is he going to wind up with the chakra at hand and capable of using it? Or what is that use that he wants to already put it up for? Interesting stuff, but it's interesting, but nonetheless, it does kind of beg the question of like, okay, can anybody figure it out, like how to beat it? Can anybody really be in a position to, take out a divine tree on this team? And the answer is no, man. There's no way they're dropping a divine tree. I'm sorry. The thing just is supposed to be so ridiculously durable that the only real thing that actually took it down. Excuse me. First time I'm talking all day. The one thing that took down the divine tree and actually caused it damage and to fall down was Naruto's molten lava release with the Sage of Six Path attached to it. So that's kind of a huge feat, so we'll have to see how they plan on elaborating that, because I don't see them doing much. Like, they shouldn't be able to do much, and if they do, then show me the Carfax, So that being said, I'm definitely interested in seeing what you guys are feeling about this week's episode. Let me know in the comments, and also, I don't know. I kind of thought it was hilarious that in this show, they're kind of like brutal. Like, as soon as this whole thing started, the guy started out by cutting off Victor's hands. Like, that was pretty brutal. But necessary, because if that guy didn't have his hand cut off, he might actually not have been able to get out as much research sooner than later, as we see, because everybody in this show pretty much has a lot going for them. But with Victor, this guy who's been planning to use his tree, it looks more or less that he's planning on finding a way to already strengthen himself, even though he's pretty strong as is. The man can already control his arm still, even when it's severed. And then that blood that's still connected and dropping from his arm, like, reconnected to his body and shot back to him. So he is a lot more capable than I believed he was going to be. I did see how fast he was and capable of taking on two of the leaders. one leader of Team 7 and the other, well, the captain of Team 7, and a really strong backup. So that kind of gave me the instance of just like, okay, well, he's definitely a lot stronger than he looks, but what can he really do? And seeing that was actually pretty surprising. But as all things go, one person who ended up living from another like filler-esque episode winds up just getting absolutely destroyed, right? Like he really didn't even do much for the show in the grand. Jeez, can you put me down? um, the doctor who was there has already pretty much left the building, man. Like he literally showed up for an episode and a half, and now he's already gone. So take that as you will. And sometimes in this show, you're just always gonna be fodder, you know. But yeah, Boruto was interesting this week. I think it's coming to its inevitable conclusion here soon, with everything popping off the way it is. So I'm more interested in seeing what they're gonna do with the Divine Tree, how Boruto and Sarada are gonna react to running back into that one guy that absolutely destroyed them. And now that they don't have Mitsuki, how are they going to handle that? You know, so very, very interested in what you guys are thinking about this week's episode. Let me know in the comments below, or just by watching it. I appreciate y'all for doing even that. So, with all that being said, take care and praise. I want to hit Ichigo all the way to. Ooh. 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 Oh. That looks sick. Boruto's combos are so sick looking because of shadow clones. Oh. You bore me. Pop, pop. Bing, bong, bam. So. Bing, blap, pow.